Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will be tackling my very unsightly garage.
Oh,
There were definitely some blunders during this video, but we go from this to this. Something that's worthwhile, and I can have fun and host future project builds. So wondering why I'm stressed. It's because I'm the only one home, and this house is an absolute wreck. I don't really want to show you, but it's bad. It's really bad. Overwhelmingly bad. All right, so I've started. That's my existing plug-in light. Not sure how many lumens that is. And that's the new spot for the new box, which means we'll be going 48 inches this way and it'll be about 18 inches or so from the wall. So we'll put 16 foot across, or two of these lights all the way across, and we'll come over and we'll be about 42 inches from that wall, centered up here somewhere. So we'll run the wire from there over to probably somewhere over here and have another string of lights going this way. And then I'll have my next 16-foot run over there where that other light is. So if you look in here, unfortunately that's where the inside of my light has to go. So that line, my light's gonna be on this side against that line. Probably 16 inches in from there and run 16 feet all the way over there to avoid all of this in the garage. So I have to move this hole over because I'm an idiot and didn't notice it right away. And then it will be good once I move this wire, which is not connected to anything, over also. So yep, gotta get that done. All right, we got one in. The old, the new. And the camera doesn't do it justice, but that new light is way brighter than that. Way brighter. All right, so I'm getting my next one up there. So there's one, here's the second one. So I'm about to op test, just to check real quick. Yep. And yep. So we're good. On to the next step. And now we go from this to this. So not my prettiest work, but I am trying to fill that joint and float it out. As you can see, this is what the joints look like before. They're only about as wide as the tape. And this one, I actually tried to float it out where the light's gonna be. So once this dries, as you can see, there's a little darkness there. Once this dries, I'm gonna move that outlet only a few inches that way. And when I install the light will be able to sit on the ceiling flush instead of being recessed inside of one of those joints. All right, so I know the audio is not good in the beginning of this video,
but I have about an hour and a half before the day gets rolling. So I'm gonna go out to my garage and see if I can move everything out of the way so I can at least try to get some mud on the walls and ceiling before it gets too late. We've only got a few days before the flooring folks get here, so let's get into it.
By the way, I haven't really mentioned to this point, this is not a how-to video. This is a veteran that's disabled with ADD, ADHD, or what have you, trying to clean up his garage and paint and mud and all the things in a short amount of time with a lot of stuff everywhere.
So this is that flat box that I want to try later on to see if I can be a little more efficient with putting mud on the walls and ceilings. So we're going to see if this works. I paid about $118 for this on HomeDepot.com. It's the brand is Makeover. So I don't know. We're going to see if it works.
Yeah, I did not end up using that box for very long. You'll see later in the video. Anyway, like I said, not trying to make excuses, but this is just me trying to clean the garage and make it so I can actually work in there. I had a lot of projects, spent a lot of time out to sea, spent a lot of time not at home. So my garage was neglected for years, actually. And with my different work schedule, now, instead of going out to sea, being on board ship and that kind of stuff, I'm going to take advantage of a little bit of extra time and try to take care of this garage, which has been really bothering me for, like I said, the last several years. So that's what this video is about. I know I'm probably going to get roasted in the comments because of what I did and what I didn't do and how I did it, but I'm still going to post the video. It kind of is what it is. I hope you at least can enjoy it. And I plan on doing some projects in here later.
It doesn't even feel like I put a dent in any of the stuff that's in here. So, at least now I can walk around. So I think now at this point, what I can do is move things off the wall, and then once things are off the wall, I can access the wall so I can at least put some mud on it. See if that works. I don't have much more room to put stuff in the front of my driveway without moving a vehicle, so I think we'll stop here. So essentially, I've got the first part of the wall that I want to try out with this drywall flat box. So we are going to see what happens. Never used one before. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Ah, sheesh. So literally here goes nothing. Oh, it's spilling. It's spilling out. Why is it all spilling out? I mean, is it empty? It just all spilled out on the floor. Was my mud too thin? I think my mud was too thin. gotta try that again.
Well, I was really hoping not to have to mud this way. I was hoping that tool would come in handy, but apparently I don't know how to use it, and I really didn't want to spend 8 to 9 times the money to try to buy the really fancy one. But anyway, here I am manually trying to put some mud on these walls, which is going to require multiple coats. This is just an example of what would be considered, I guess, the second coat of mud. And I did a lot of mudding that I'm not going to put in this video, but it took a lot of time. I'm absolutely not a professional. I know that there are guys and gals that are way better at this than me and have the technique down pat, which I clearly do not. But because of the time crunch and because of the budget, couldn't really contract this out, and I didn't have time to. So here I am trying to make the best of a bad, or not necessarily bad, but not ideal situation of having to mud my entire garage in like a day and a half. So you can enjoy the video for what it is. I don't enjoy mudding, but I did the best I could in the time I had, and hopefully I don't get roasted too badly in the comments. First new iPhone in forever, and I break it. Look at that. My son and I were concerned because we're looking and it looks really blue, and then we realized it's just because of the painter's tape around the lights. So, sigh of relief. But that's what it looks like right now, and it's getting better as time goes on. Getting better. Getting there. Getting there. Yep. All right, so I'm getting my second coat of mud up there. If you can see, there's one spot and there's the other spot. Trying to get that wired in. Yes, I know you don't typically want to work around live wires, but you know, just being very careful, de-energizing the circuit while I'm mudding around it. And that's the rest of the ceiling been working. Yeah, typically you don't want to mud and paint at the same time, but what I'm doing is anywhere where I see issue, I just go throw some mud on it, fix it, and I'll repaint those spots. So there's another spot over there doing the same thing. But it's coming along, I mean, slowly but surely, very slowly. But I'm running out of time. It's currently Saturday at like 5 o'clock p.m. The team's coming on Monday, and I only have part of Sunday, so I'll be busy all day Sunday. So I have tonight and lunchtime tomorrow, and then tomorrow evening to finish this up, the paint. And then I gotta clean out the rest of the garage. It's so much fun. So much fun. If you're wondering, part of the reason why I'm having a hard time with the things that are in the garage is because, one, I didn't want to spend $500 or $600 on a portable unit to have outside, but I also have an HOA, so I really wanted to limit the amount of time I had a lot of garage stuff outside. So I'm standing in the garage, and I gotta tell you, outside of the floor, which is completely, in my opinion, obliterated, and parts of the walls
that are not painted because I ran out of the paint that I was using. Like up here, over here, like I just showed you. And there's some touch-ups that need to happen. The electrical, I gotta finish taking care of some things. It's still progress, and I gotta remind myself of that because, what, like a week and a half ago, not even that, it was looking nothing like this. So I guess I'm happy overall with some of the progress. I know the echo's horrible, and I still got a long way to go, including that massive pile of junk that's outside. I gotta figure out what to do with that, but we'll cross that road when we get to it. They're gonna be here in about 30 minutes. So they're gonna get to grinding the floors, and hopefully by the end of today, I'll get to see what the flake looks like on the floor. And I chose a lighter color for flake because I don't want much of a darker color. Part of me, I was on the fence about it, but I think a lighter color would be good. It would complement the house a little better than, be a much darker. And I think if it's any darker or any busier, some of the busier patterns, I might not see screws when they fall on the floor. So rather not step on one of those, right? But anyway, we're gonna go ahead with the project and look forward to the epoxy team getting here so they can get their part done. I'm excited.